What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Blade Bias. I think I finally figured out what the Jigsaw is to me, and it is scary. Let's head over to the beanbag of safety so I can flip this thing without feeling bad. This is such a strange balisong. If you saw my first impressions video, you would know that I had absolutely no idea what to think about this thing. Whether it was good, bad, weird, whether I was a terrible flipper, whether it had a weird balance, none of it. And it's only been 24 hours since I filmed that video, which means that this thing has given me the biggest case of opinion whiplash that I have ever experienced in my life. Because I kind of love this thing now, but I also don't love it at the same time. And there's a very specific reason for that. The Jigsaw is an insane trainer because the weight is perfectly distributed. This is the sort of balisong that you flip for a while and then you pick up your other balisongs and realize just how heavy they can be. What do I mean by that? We talked a lot about in the edit video with the Tonto blade weight distribution and how that can help your balisong feel really good or really bad. And what I've realized is that's why I like the Tay Flipper so much, because the weight is just so evenly distributed and it's amazing. And the Jigsaw is the Tay Flipper of metal balisongs. Take the Prisma, for example, a balisong that is widely considered to be blade bias, like slightly blade biased. Very slightly. This thing feels handle heavy compared to that. You flip the Jigsaw and then you flip the Prisma, and the Prisma is like, whoa, where did all this weight come from? Because it feels like there's so much weight in the end of the handles. Because, I mean, there is. You've got the pivots down there, the weights down there. But it's like, whoa, this thing feels like kind of shaky. And like I can actually really feel the weight in the end of the handles. Whereas with the Jigsaw, you can't. You don't feel the end of the handles at all. If anything, you're feeling the blade more than the handles. And I think that's so fascinating. The weight is so perfectly distributed throughout this entire balisong that, yeah, it has problems with momentum. Things that I'm still experiencing as I flip it relatively competently right now. I have to crank tricks a lot more than I normally otherwise would. Holy cow, reversing a fan is difficult on this thing. This thing has a lot of fanning momentum. Anyway, where was I? It's just, the weight is just so perfectly distributed to the point where I flipped this thing for like 2 hours last night after I filmed that impressions video, and then flipped other things in my collection and was shocked when I realized that, like, oh my god, why do they feel like kind of bad to me right now? Like, my Nemesis, after flipping this thing, felt bad to me. And the Nemesis has never felt bad to me since I got it tuned from Solaire. Like, that's insane. And it's kind of the reason that I don't like it. Because on one hand, I love this thing. I think this thing flips so well and is so well balanced, and the weight is so evenly distributed and whatever. Although the momentum does take a hit. I wish it carried more momentum. My hands get tired out flipping this because I just have to crank it a lot more than I otherwise would on something like a Prisma, where with the Prisma I can just kind of let the momentum carry itself. And there's not really too much work for my hands to do. Whereas on the Jigsaw, there is work for my hands to do because I have to keep the momentum up. So that's not the best. But like the balance and the weight distribution is stuff that I've only ever seen in like the Tay Flipper, which is insane. And it's also the reason I don't like it, because it helps me realize, and it's not something that I've ever wanted to realize, but it helps me realize the faults with some of my other balisongs in my collection. It makes me hyper aware of where the weight points are in other balisongs. Except weirdly the Kraken Trainer. The Kraken Trainer feels like weirdly distributed in terms of handle weight. The blade is a different story. But like the Nemesis, like after I flip the Jigsaw, I can just feel how heavy the end of the handles are with the Nemesis. And I mean, that's how I like it. I love the momentum that the Nemesis carries. I love it so much. But it just, like, flipping the Jigsaw makes me hyper aware of all the weight at the end of the handles. And I think it's also the weight of the Jigsaw overall. I believe this thing's like 3.6 ounces or something like that. It's light. It's really light. Like, we're approaching my edit in terms of weight here, which means that you also, in combination with being hyper aware of where the weight is in your other balisongs, they also just feel heavier and bigger because this thing is light and small, which makes for an experience. It's like your other balisongs just feel kind of weird after flipping this thing. Not bad by any means. I will never say that my Nemesis is bad or the Prisma is bad, but it just, it makes you stop and think, and I kind of don't like that. So the Jigsaw, really the Jigsaw just gives me the biggest case of whiplash ever, because I pick it up and I'm like, holy cow, this thing is so well balanced. And then to me at least, like, I'm not saying it's objectively well balanced, but in my hand it just feels so even and uniform. And that's weight distribution more so than balance. The balance is, I think the balance could be a little more handle bias and it would feel a lot better, like just a slight bit more handle bias so that it could carry more momentum. But the weight distribution is immaculate, in my hand at least. So it just, like, it makes me stop and think about my other balisongs. Like, dang, that's weird. And I don't want to stop and think about my other balisongs. So this thing goes from, like, I pick it up and I'm like, I don't really like it. And then I'm like, oh, wait, no, I really do like it. And then I flip another balisong and I'm like, oh, no, this is better. But then I come back to this and it's like, wait, no, this is still really good, though. Like, this is the most confusing balisong I've ever tried. Ever. Just straight up, hands down, stand up, sit down, all the works. It's whiplash. That's the only way that I can describe it. The Jigsaw is whiplash. Because like I said, on one hand, I love everything about it. Well, not everything about it. I think the grip is not great. I don't like tang pins, all that. On one hand, it's amazing. On the other hand, I go to flip another balisong and I'm like, oh no, this is better. But then I go back to flip that and it's like, what the hell? No, this is really good. It's whiplash, because one second I don't like it and the next second I do like it. So I have really no idea what to make of this thing, other than you should try one, because it has been the most strange experience for me. So if you want to experience something like that, go check these things out. Yeah, I would love to know the specs of this thing, because I have people telling me that it's not 6061, but like I mean, I'm just going off of what the owner of it says, but they also seem pretty expensive to be 6061. I don't know. Anyway, whiplash. That's all I can say. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the... Oh, no. Ted, you guys got to help me settle a debate. I think the purple in the Prisma is the most gorgeous purple in any balisong ever. Ted thinks that the Jigsaw is the most perfect purple in any balisong ever. I like the Prisma purple more. You guys will have to let me know what you think. I don't know how well you can see it or how well it comes across on camera, but yeah. Ted, you tripping. This is the best purple. Anyway, thanks for listening to my incoherent rambling. It's a weird balisong. I might make one more video on it just to really kind of, once I really get my thoughts on it, but I cannot describe it. It's a different experience. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.